Listen, so here's the question. Do you really want love? Do you really want love? I'm asking this question because I hear a lot of us talk about love, and again, there's always so many definitions, so many different definitions, so many different meanings for everybody what love means, and this is that and the other. But the love I'm talking about right now is not just this romantic, eros, erotic, passion kind of love, right? I'm talking about love, though, like real love, because I hear people say out of one breath that they want unconditional love, agape, right? They want unconditional love. They want somebody to love them unconditionally. They want somebody that's going to accept them for them. They want somebody that's going to help them be their higher self. They want somebody that's going to really truly see them and care for them and all of these other little things or whatever, right? But then in the very next breath, what's coming out of their mouth is how they ain't got time for people, how they don't deal with this, how they don't deal with that, how they don't F's with, this or this and that and the other. And again, nothing inherently wrong with that. We all have our, what we call, or what you guys call, boundaries, right? But at the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves the question, are we really looking for love, or are we just looking for transactions? Are we just looking for tit for tat type of exchanges? Are we just looking for romance? Do we want love, or do we just want lust? Right? Do we just want our desires met? Right? Because see, at the end of the day, when we start talking about wanting love, listen, the person that loves you really fully, that loves you the way you are designed to be loved, is gonna call you higher. See, when somebody comes into your life and actually really truly loves you the way we were designed to be loved, it's gonna make you uncomfortable a little bit. See, when somebody comes into your life and loves you the way that you really are designed to be, listen, notice I'm not saying deserve, right? The way you are designed to be loved. When somebody comes in and really loves you that way, sometimes you're gonna have moments of feeling unworthy of it. Sometimes you're gonna have moments of feeling like, what the heck is going on? Sometimes you have moments of feeling like you're exposed, you're vulnerable. A word we really don't like, right? When somebody comes along and loves you the way that we were designed to be loved, it's going to shift you. It's going to shift some things. It's going to shift your reality. It's going to shift certain things that you may have thought were fine and realize that, okay, maybe that ain't fine. Certain ways that you used to communicate and you realize, oh, maybe that's not a good way to communicate. Certain ways you used to interact with people and you realize, oh, maybe that's not a good way to actually interact with people. At some point, if you really want love and if you really live a life that's welcoming to love, the way you relate to the society, the way you relate to people, it has to shift. It's going to shift. Because a lot of what I'm saying is people saying that they want one thing, but the way that they live their lives, the way that they relate with others is not like you want an unconditional love. How can you want an unconditional love from somebody when you go into the game already with a bunch of conditions? And again, I'm not saying don't have boundaries. I'm not saying, what I'm saying is use wisdom. What I'm saying is be wise. What I'm saying is employ relational wisdom. What I'm saying is align to your most highest and authentic self, because at the core of that being, you are love, right? What I'm saying is, if you really want love, ask yourself this question: are you living a life that's consistent with the love you say you want? Are you living a life that's in alignment with the love you say you want? Are you living your life in alignment with what love really is? And listen, this can be, if it's romantic love or whatever, but when you hone in on the agape aspect of love and what love really is, it'll prepare you for the other types of love. So ask yourself this question: are you doing first things first? Are you actually embracing and embodying the depths of what love really is? Are you welcoming to it? Meaning, when somebody comes into your life and they trigger you in that area where you get triggered because they trigger your trauma all the time, are you handling that properly? Not just by putting up a wall, not just by saying, oh, red flag, kicking them out, but actually really, one, letting them know that you've been triggered, two, doing your work so that that trigger can be healed. Because the thing is not just to get rid of people that trigger you. The thing is to actually heal from what caused you to be triggered, if that makes sense. All right, it's to heal the trauma. So if we say we really want love, are you welcoming to it, or do you just have your walls up, or do you push it away? And I'm bouncing all over the place here. Guess what? Because that's what we do. That's what we're doing in our talk regarding love, and our conversations regarding love. We're all over the place, and it sounds sometimes like we're somewhat, maybe have a little bit of schizophrenia, or maybe multiple personalities or something. Because on one hand, we want this love. We want somebody that's going to stick with us. We want somebody that's going to walk with us and stand by us and stay with us and not leave us, and hold us to our higher self. And some of us don't like that word accountability, so we kind of don't put that in the mix of what we're looking for in a person or whatever. And we've actually reduced a lot of what we've used our relationships for anyway. We make them about we make them ultimately about just having this huge legacy, and building this great empire and this great business and this, that, and the other. And believe it or not, a lot of those things are just simply egotistical desires or egotistical wants. The depths and the fullness of our relationships are designed to help us or assist us and aid in and collaborate with us in being our most authentic and highest self, right? We've done this. We've taken our relationships and we've assigned our pleasures to it, right? We've made our relationships, we've assigned our pleasures to our relationships, and we've totally drifted away sometimes, or seemingly, let me be a little gracious here, we've seemingly drifted away from the designed purpose of our relationship. So we're focusing on the assigned pleasures of our relationship, when really we've drifted from the divine designed purpose of our relationships. And they can live together. They can live together. They can live together. Now, one has to inform the other. I'm going to let you figure that one out. But they can live together. But we have to set our focus on what really matters, and realize and get back to the heart of what these relationships really are for. So, asking ourselves the question again. Here's my question my questions. Do you really want love? Is that what you really want? Because maybe you just want something else. Maybe you just want romance. Romance is not necessarily love. Now, love can be romantic, but romance itself is not necessarily love. Just like charm, you ever met somebody that was charming? Charm does not necessarily mean integrity. Charm does not necessarily mean that this person has integrity. It just means that they're able to influence, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that they have integrity. So it's the same thing. Love can be romantic, right? Even the unconditional type of love, it can be romantic. It will be. It brings it to the table. But romance is not necessarily love. So you got to ask yourself these questions and be honest with yourself. Do you really want love? Or are you just looking for the fun? Are you just looking for the games? Are you just looking for the things that are maybe frivolous, and that that are dismissive in terms of, when they ain't doing it no more, they can just they can just leave? Because we do have that. We have that thing where and it's kind of how you recognize too what people really wanted and what people really need, when they're no longer satisfying you and they walk out. Well, that wasn't love. That was actually them just trying to get satisfaction, right? And that's what we do a lot of times, is we just try to get satisfaction, and we miss the sacredness of our relationships, right? So ask yourself the question, right? Do I really want love? Is that what I really want? Or do I just want lust? Or do I just want a little bit of fun right now? All right? No judgment. But make sure you don't take nobody into a misunderstanding of that when you engage them. Let them know what you really are looking for, right? And here's the final question. If you say, yes, I want love, are you living in a way that is consistent with welcoming that type of love in your life? Listen, I do my best, folks. I do my best to do my work and to align in being love for you. And I hope that you would do the same in aligning and being love for me. All right? I do want love. I do. Because it's who I am. It's what I'm made of. It's where we come from, right? So I want to do my best to make sure that I align to that in the best way possible. And it ain't always easy, because this ego is crazy. But anyway, yours is too. All right, listen, I am love for you, and I hope that you will continue to be love for me. Peace.